Welcome back. In Northwest news, the cause of death for a Waterville man who died in a struggle in July with Douglas County deputies has been determined as excited delirium. County prosecutor and coroner Steve Clem says the determination was made last week by a contract forensic pathologist, Dr. Gina Fino. Jason Knowles fought with deputies who had responded to a reported shooting. He jumped in a patrol car and dragged a deputy about 2 blocks before he was handcuffed. Then deputies noticed he had stopped breathing. The Wenatchee World reports Dr. Fino had also determined that excited delirium was the cause of death for a man who struggled with correction officers in June in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center. Excited delirium involves high heart and breathing rates during a period of stress. Washington State has approved rules for its new legal marijuana industry. After nearly a year of research, planning, and public hearings, the 3-member State Liquor Control Board adopted the rules today. The regulations cover everything from the security and size of licensed marijuana gardens to how many pot stores can open in cities across the state. Washington and Colorado voted last year to legalize marijuana and allow its sale for recreational use at state-licensed stores. In Washington, supporters hope the sale of taxed pot to adults over 21 might bring the state tens or hundreds of millions of dollars. The proposed rules allow up to 334 pot stores to open in Washington. The stores are expected to open by next summer. If you're making your holiday travel plans, be sure to check on the seats used by your airlines. Some are switching to smaller seats to save money.
Travelers may feel the squeeze of airline ticket prices and baggage fees, but they're also feeling the squeeze literally. The big U.S. airlines are chucking out old bulky seats in favor of new slimline seats that allow room for another row.
Try now. Yep.
It gives the carriers 2 of their favorite things, more paying passengers and a smaller fuel bill because of the lighter seats.
So there's a measure that the airlines use called cost per available seat mile, and the slimmer seats, by adding more to the aircraft, reduces that cost.
Paul Sturbins is an airline consultant.
That cost then can obviously fall to the bottom line as more profitability, or it can serve to hold the fares down against the competition.
He says how it affects the legroom you have on board may vary from airline to airline. Most of the carriers say even though they're cramming more people in, the thinner seats retain passenger space. But some passengers, like 6'5" Damian Payne, have noticed.
It's when you fly domestically and you're on the smaller flights and you get crunched in there, especially in the middle. You know, someone who's sitting next to me, as wide as I am, is getting stuck in the center of the aisle.
If size isn't a problem, you may not see a difference.
I haven't noticed the change at all, but I'm kind of a littler person.
Less padding and more passengers is something you'll have to get used to because the change stands to save the airlines millions of dollars. John Moan, Associated Press, Dallas.
Beginning in January, Spokane police will record the race of anyone an officer questions or pulls over. The program was recommended by the Use of Force Commission. Police Chief Frank Straub says the program will bring the department into compliance with requirements, and he expects the data to show officers don't question or arrest people based on their race. Spokane NAACP President James Wilburn says he's been asking police to report race for years. He says he's heard more than a dozen complaints in the last year from people who say they have been targeted solely on race. Well, that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.